You're a mission-driven entrepreneur. You have a gift inside of you, and you want to turn that gift into real income, real impact, real influence. But instead of breaking through, you're stuck on a plateau. There's never enough time, and you wonder if the world really needs another you. You're working 8 hours, 12 hours, 14-hour days, and you're wondering, where's the progress? Well, most days there is none. There's just stress and more burnout and more procrastination. Look, I've lived every stage of that cycle. I've failed more times than I've succeeded. And at my lowest, I remember asking myself, is this it? And that question sent me deep into psychology, into neuroscience, into spirituality, even into quantum physics. Now, anything that could explain how life actually works. And the good life for me is reaching my goals. And here's what I found. I was spending 90% of my time on my business and almost none on myself. And after coaching mostly solopreneurs, elite athletes, many who've since then turned annual incomes into monthly incomes, I've seen the same pattern every time. The breakthrough never comes from tactics. It comes from mindset. And here's the truth. The wall between you and your next level isn't out there. It's not the market. It's not the competition. It's not even the lack of time. It's inside of you. It's your unknown or your known beliefs in conflicts with your goals. You want more money, but you believe money's hard to make, or even worse, you believe money is evil. You want to lead, but you think to yourself, no one's going to follow me anyway. Now, that conflict, because it is a conflict, was installed before you were 7, while your brain was still in theta brainwave and could not even question it. And it's still running the show. Uh-oh. Listen, would you put a 7-year-old at the wheel of a tractor, a car, or whatever machine? I doubt it. Look, you are one thought away from 6 figures. You're one thought away from 7 figures, from 8 figures, from 10 figures. You're one thought away from the life that you're capable of and that you desire. But first, get quiet. Sit with your next level goal. And notice the voice inside of you that's resisting it. Name it. Name that voice. That is step 1. And next, you uninstall it for good. The wall you identified in your beliefs between you and your next level isn't strategy or time. It's really a very dangerous and limiting belief that you made unconsciously, unknowingly, usually, like I said, before you were even old enough to question it. Maybe you overheard your parents fight about money, so you decided it's really hard to make money. Or money is scarce. Maybe a friend never showed up, and so you decided, I can't trust people. You see, those emotions, they got recorded in your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is also the autonomic nervous system, or the brain, or if you prefer, your operating program. Now, that operating program has been using those memories and those emotions as a filter for your whole life since then. And you have to change that old and dirty filter. So here's the breakthrough distinction. Beliefs are decisions. You didn't discover that money is hard. You decided it as a child with no ability to question your decision. And if it was a decision, here's the good news. You can choose to make a new decision. That's it. That's the whole hack. Once you become conscious, you become aware of that old decision, you can make a different one. And you don't know, or you don't need to know how to do that yet. You need to make the decision that you're getting to the next level, full stop. And you stand in that decision without proof of it being true yet. Believe me, the rest of the actions come on their own. Now, this is not wishful thinking. It's neuroscience. Researchers at Harvard, they had pianists play the piano. And the next day, they had the same pianist simply imagining that they were playing the piano. The same regions of the brain lit up. Yep. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between a real experience and an imagined one. So when you make the decision and you hold the image of your next level as already true, your brain starts treating it as real. And three things happen. First, new neural connections form. And electrically and magnetically, because we are electromagnetic, you start attracting the ideas and those thoughts that become your action plan. The how shows up after the decision, not before. The invisible becomes visible. Now next, your RAS, the reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters out 95% of what you experience. The RAS starts letting in what you've decided is important. And it's the reason that you buy a car and suddenly see that same car everywhere. Make the decision and you'll start noticing opportunities that you were filtering out before. Third, it activates what I call the power of coincidence. Though, for the record, at least my record, coincidence does not exist per se. They're synchronicities. The right people, the right resources, even a layoff that pushes you forward, life starts rearranging itself around the decision that you're standing in. So ask yourself, where's the wall showing up for you right now? What's that old decision about money, about yourself, about who you can trust? And now name your new decision, your new identity. You don't need the how yet. You just need to make that decision. That's your new identity. So let's make your new decision permanent. And here's the problem, because with just deciding once, the old belief doesn't quietly and obediently go away. I had a client, a brilliant, driven man who kept hitting the same glass ceiling in his career. With EFT and tapping, it was easier to trace it back to when he was about 5 years old. And his father kept on saying that his older sister had fabulous grades in school, and because she did, she could choose any Christmas present she wanted. That led my client to believe that he was not allowed to ask for what he wanted because he didn't have those good grades. So of course that probably was not the truth, nor the intention. But as a kid, he took it to mean that. However, it wired into his little brain as a program. Success is for others, not for me. You see how dangerous it is? So he made a new decision. I am capable of any level of success I want. And for 2 weeks, everything started to shift. But then the old voice came back. And that's normal. Because, you see, one decision isn't enough to overwrite years of wiring, obvious. And that's where deletion and EFT tapping comes in. The process that deletes old beliefs and allows you to make new beliefs that anchor in permanently. It's 3 steps. Notice, catch the old belief the moment it fires, because awareness is the whole game. You can't change what you can't see. So you have to notice, you have to be aware, sharp. Acknowledge, name where it came from. That's my father's voice. It's not your truth. And that detaches you from it instantly. 180 degrees pivot. Redirect your attention on purpose to your new decision. And you do this enough times and you literally starve the old neural pathways while you're feeding the new ones, until the new belief is just who you are. So here's what accelerates all of this dramatically. Before you can build that new belief, you have to apply the methods that clear the emotional charge. You leave the old one behind, because limiting beliefs don't just, sit there quietly. They're actually generating real feelings: shame, fear, not enoughness. That's the dirt in the glass. So keep a small notepad, and the moment that you feel bad or the bad feeling rise, stop and tap through it or make a note of it. And a few rounds on the classic points while naming what's actually bothering you. Each round of tapping clears more of the emotional charge attached to the old belief. And the neural connections weaken faster than awareness alone. Now you're not just noticing the junk, you're actively deleting the junk. So, and once the glass is empty, that's when the real work begins. You have to fill it back up, but deliberately, with the vision, the energy, and the beliefs about your future that you actually want to be running your life. You're choosing the beliefs, that you're reprogramming yourself. Now this is the real skill. Notice, acknowledge, tap it, clear, pivot, and fill the empty space with your new decision. Do this daily, and you're not managing limiting beliefs anymore. You're replacing them. And decision is just one lever. In reality, they are a total of 6 in the system. Decision, clarity, energy, gratitude, questions, confidence. Oh, and one more thing while I'm at it. When you're tangled up in a limiting belief, you need to know how to shift out of it real fast. So let's do a quick recap. Beliefs are not fixed truths. They're only decisions. They're unconscious ones that you made early in life and that you've been repeating that same decision without knowing it ever since. Now, the moment you realize a belief is just a decision, you can make a new decision, and that's the whole game. So here's a distinction. At any moment, you're in one of 2 states. You're either in a powerful state, which is like joy or curiosity, excitement, you're feeling compassion, or you're calm, you're in alpha. Or you're in the primal state. That's fight or flight, stress, anxiety, overwhelm, anger, jealousy, indecision, resentment, fear. You get the picture? You're always in one or the other, but you're never at both in the same time. And when you're in a powerful state, you're in a parasympathetic nervous system. Rest and access. And that's where creativity, intuition, and intelligence actually live. You become resourceful. You can handle anything. When you're in a primal state, none of that's available to you. You're simply reacting to everything. So here's the uncomfortable part. If you added up every minute that you spend stressed, anxious, overwhelmed, comparing yourself to others, or stuck in indecision, most people are looking at about 4 hours a day. Now that's 1,200 to 1,500 hours a year, disconnected from the exact resources that you need to grow. It's really impossible to build something extraordinary from that state. So how do you actually shift? Real transformation, not motivation, not hype, follows 4 phases. 1 is deletion. I use tapping, other people use other things, a lot actually. It almost clears out always the mental and the emotional sludge to allow you to get out or get on exactly what you want. Fair warning, the moment you define what you want, your brain also becomes aware of everything standing in the way. Now that's normal. Those are those walls, and don't stop there. 2, transformation. Awareness alone doesn't change anything. You actually have to work the belief. You have to replace those old decisions with a new one that's congruent with the results that you want. 3, you've got to repeat it, rehearse it, practice it. That old inner tape. There's never enough time. It never works out for me. Doesn't go quiet after one insight. You have to consciously reinforce your new belief until it's the loudest voice in the room. Now 4, you have to do a deep dive on who you surround yourself with, because who you surround yourself with shapes what you believe is possible. It does. So choose your partners and friends. We become the average of the 5 people we hang out with the most. You see, real lasting change happens when you're consistently around people already operating from that next level state. That's it. Deletion, transformation, repetition, immersion. Master that cycle and you stop reacting to your business and to your life, and instead you start creating it. Now, if this is landing for you, follow me for more. I go deep on this stuff regularly. Everything else, resources, ways to work with me, is linked in my bio, on Linktree, on LinkedIn. And if you've got questions, just email me directly. I read them all. Bye.